Hello and welcome back to the Trojan Blitz, where we cover all things Trojan sports. I'm Nico Cataldi.
And I'm Dominic Mancuso.
We start off this episode by honoring all of our teams who participated in their respective PIAA playoffs. First we have our boys soccer team who defeated Brashear in a 3-0 victory. Another Connor Cross shutout booked the Trojans' ticket to the next round of the PIAA playoffs, where they would narrowly lose to State College in a thrilling match. Ahmed Agag forced extra time with his penalty shot, but that wouldn't be enough as the Trojans conceded in overtime to end their season.
The girls powered through first round Mifflin County in a 4-0 win thanks to Abby Fallhaber's first half hat trick and Vivian Saunders' shutout. The Trojans then suffered a defeat in the PIAA quarterfinals in a 2-0 loss against Peters Township. Congrats to both our programs on the D10 titles and their fantastic seasons.
Next up, we have girls volleyball. The girls had a promising first set with 17 points, but in the end fell short 0-3 to Pine Richland, ending their season. Congrats to the volleyball team for ending their season with a 14-5 record.
Next, we have cross country. In the final race of the season, both Palmer sisters ran. Hayden, a freshman, finished with a time of 22 minutes and 1 second. And Hannah, a sophomore, ran with a time of 23 minutes and 7 seconds. Congrats to both of them for competing in the girls' 3A final.
Meanwhile, Christian Mattern ran his final race here at McDowell with a time of 17 minutes and 12 seconds, finishing 41st. Camden Kramer ran a 16-minute, 34.6 second time in his sophomore season, placing 11th out of 236, being McDowell's only medalist and becoming the fastest D10 runner at states in the history of McDowell. Brady Heater, Nicholin Pierce, Camden Pierce, Deacon Pierce, and Jaden Olms also raced this weekend. Congrats to both teams for having an impressive season this year.
McDowell had 9 seniors that signed last Wednesday, November 9th. Logan Salot signed a Division I contract to West Virginia University for wrestling. Hillary Sissum signed a Division I to Robert Morris University for softball. Jenna Ellsworth signed to Purdue Fort Wayne for girls softball. Grace Emanuel and Hannah Shepard both signed at Gannon for girls soccer. Lexi Rich signed to Maryville University for girls lacrosse. Adeline Henderson signed to Baldwin Wallace University for girls lacrosse. And Megan Widener signed to Lock Haven University for girls lacrosse. Josh Samlook signed to Slippery Rock University for baseball. Congratulations to all the seniors graduating on and going on to play at the collegiate level.
The Trojans hockey team hosted Moo November 1st and secured their first win of the season. Freshman goaltender Dylan Martin made his varsity debut and made 19 saves. The Trojans then hit the road to face top of the league North Hills. They suffered a narrow 2-1 defeat, but the boys quickly bounced back Tuesday night with a victory on senior night. The Trojans put up 8 goals with 6 coming from the senior class. Senior forwards Jasmine Kovalevich and Callum Nicholson also made their varsity debuts. Come support your Trojans at the next home game where they take on Wheeling Park on November 29th at Erie Bank Sports Park at 8 o'clock.
Our Trojan team of the episode is the football team. The Trojans added to their 3-game win streak with wins against the St. Francis Red Raiders, Butler Tornadoes, and Alderdice Dragons to make their record 10-2. In the game against St. Francis, McDowell got off to a hot start with a 43-yard rushing touchdown from Artis Simmons. The Raiders answered back, scoring a touchdown quickly, but that wasn't enough to stop the Trojans from winning this game, 42-28. Simmons ended the game with 3 touchdowns to help propel the Trojans to the victory. The Trojans then played Butler in the D10 championship, and they came out firing in the first quarter, scoring 21 points. The Trojans then held the lead for the rest of the game, winning 62-7. Simmons ran for another 3 touchdowns in this game with 110 yards to add to his total on the season. Finally, Simmons had another excellent game with 3 touchdowns against Alderdice, which earned him the honor of being this episode's star athlete. McDowell's run game was on point with more than 4 rushing touchdowns. The Trojans prevailed against Alderdice with a 42-15 win, as they are now moving on to meet the undefeated State College Friday the 18th for the second round of the playoffs.
We now have our top 5 plays of the episode. At number 5, Abby Fallhaver completes her hat trick with this lovely finish up the cross from Grace Emanuel.
At number 4, we have freshman Dylan Martin in his varsity debut for the Trojans against Moon, makes this ridiculous save and robs the Moon shooter.
At number 3, Trey Goodwine picks off the Alderdice quarterback and is going to take this one all the way into the end zone for a 34-yard pick 6.
At number 2, we have this toe tap catch by Nick DeSanto, thrown by Ben Moore to set the Trojans up into scoring position.
And at number 1, we have Andrew Danch as he flicks the ball over the defender and volleys it into the net to seal the Trojans' victory. That's all for this episode of the Trojan Blitz. Make sure to tune in next time for all things Trojan sports. I'm Nico Cataldi.
And I'm Don Mancuso.
Go Trojans.